guys, today I want to share with you the books that I would like to read in April. I am taking part in Camp NaNoWriMo in April, so I'm keeping my goals fairly conservative. But I do have a bit of a theme. I recently saw a video of a girl vlogging herself reading Harry Potter for the first time and her reactions to it. I can't remember her name exactly. I will annotate it and I will link her in the info box, but it gave me an idea. A lot of my books that I own were purchased because of the hype on BookTube. Yeah. And I started watching BookTube back in 2013. So we're talking height of oversaturated YA consumption. Yeah. So I still have all of those books. These are books that probably no one talks about now. But I really want to read them and find out what all the hype is about, as well as reading classics that everybody says is a must read, and finding out what all the hype is about and vlogging my reaction to them. So I have picked 4 that I've actually picked 5, that I would like to read. I've left one over there. 1 second. So I have 5 hyped books that I would like to read and 1 bonus book. Yeah, I do. 1 bonus book. Yeah. The first book is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, because I've never read it. This is a shame thing to admit. I've never read To Kill a Mockingbird. When I was at school, our class read... I actually can't remember what we read. In my senior year, we read The Great Gatsby. I can't remember what... it was Paddy Clark, ha ha. But I can't remember who, but I freaking hated it. It was so bad. But the other class, they did To Kill a Mockingbird. And I've just never read it. So, I'm going to read it. And I don't know if you can tell by the colouring. I have had this book for a very long time. Very, very long time. I don't know, will it tell me when this edition is published? This says 2010, so they give you a little bit of an idea of how long I've had this book. So yeah, I really want to read this, and it's a fairly short book. I've known several people that have said you can read it in a day, so I may do that. We'll see. But I know it's a book that I really should read at least once in my life. Another book of the same ilk, books that people say you must read, is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, and I know this is about censorship and book burning, and it's a bit of a dystopian. Again, it's a fairly short book. It's just over 200 pages. So again, I think this is a book I could probably drum out in a day. But yeah, so I kind of want to read it. I've wanted to read it for a while. There's been a lot of discussions about it lately, and I've heard that it's being adapted into a TV series. So yeah, I would like to, so I can say that I've read it. Actually read the damn thing. Next we have Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. Perfect for fans of Game of Thrones. That's why I picked it up. I really enjoy Game of Thrones. I really enjoy the TV show. I really enjoy the novels. Well, the novel, I've only actually read the first one in the series. But I know that the Falling Kingdoms series has come to an end. The final book has been published, so I would like to read the Falling Kingdoms series. I've have this one and I have the second book, but I've never actually read them. So, we'll get into this. It's high fantasy. It's young adult. It's fairly bizarrely spaced. It's not that long. yeah, I just want to see what it's like. What lots of people I've followed on BookTube love this. It's like one of their favorite YA fantasies, or just generally one of their favorite fantasy series. So yes. Then we have The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. And if I remember rightly, Maggie Stiefvater is the person who wrote Shiver. Let me check. Yeah, she's the same author as the lady who wrote Shiver, and I didn't really get into Shiver, which kind of put me off anything that this woman has ever wrote since. But everybody loves the Raven Boy cycle, and I've never read it, and I haven't had any spoilers for it either, so I kind of really want to. And I tried to get it from the library a bunch of times, but they never had it, and I just caved one day and bought it. And it's sat on my shelf ever since, so I'm gonna read it. And lastly, for the hyped section, we have Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Is that right? Ernest Cline? Where is even the author? Yeah, Ernest Cline. I picked this up when it was getting hyped up on YouTube by everybody. When this book came out, it was everywhere. Everybody was reading it, and I picked it up, and I never got round to it. My boyfriend read it, and he freaking loved it. And it's been long enough that I can't remember all the spoilers, because whenever he reads my books, and he reads quite a few of my books, he tells me what happens as he reads them, and I haven't read them yet. It is so infuriating. So I have to wait till I forget what happens before I can read them. And now the movie's coming out, so I'm gonna read it. All I know is it's full of pop culture references, 80s references, and games, and something to do with virtual reality and hunting for Easter eggs for an inheritance, I think. But I'm looking forward to it. It sounds like a blast. And my partner's not exactly a book person. He's not a bookworm. So if he's really enjoyed something, that means it's generally good. So, yeah. And lastly, the bonus book is The Christmas Secret by Karen Swan. And this is just... Karen Swan is a romantic chick lit writer. I love her books. I love them. I buy every single one when they come out. It's like my crack. So, and for the last year or two, I haven't been up to date on her books. I need to get up to date with what is currently out. So this is the one that came out just this Christmas past, and this is about a life coach, I believe. Yeah. Alex Hyde is in demand, an executive coach par excellence. She is the person who the great and the good turn to when pressure gets too much. She can change the way they think, how they operate. She can turn around the very fortunes of their companies. Her waiting list is months long, blah, 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 blah. And of course, she gets this one client that she'll probably fall madly in love with, and their lives will change and all that, corny bull crap. But I love it. And the way she writes is really rich, really amazing. She doesn't... Her female characters aren't flimsy. They're not stereotypical. They're really good, well-rounded female characters. They're very strong and independent, and sure, they have their little whims and stuff, but they're not Barbies. So those are the books that I'm going to try and read in April around doing NaNoWriMo. So wish me luck. It's gonna be awesome. I'm so super excited, and I can't wait to read those books. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you are thinking about reading next month, and this month, April, And I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching, and bye bye.